and then driving to work so depressed, obviously on a come down from drinking and doing drugs, and then looking at myself in the car mirror, like in the little three-spielkie, like the car rear view mirror, and you look yourself in the eyes and you're just like, what are you doing? You are wasting this untapped potential, you know?
Welcome to Ballers Brew, the world's hottest sports podcast. I'm your host, Michael Bromfield, and I'm thrilled to have you join us for another exciting episode. At Ballers Brew, we dive deep into the latest topics and trends in the sporting industry, offering diverse perspectives and thought-provoking discussions. Whether you're a passionate fan, a professional athlete, or simply a sports enthusiast, this is the place to be. Join me as we explore everything from game-changing strategies to behind-the-scenes stories, all aimed at elevating your understanding of the world of sports. This is Ballers Brew. They say endurance sport doesn't just test your limits. It introduces you to parts of yourself you didn't know existed. And today's guest is living proof of that. Simon Stofberg is one of the most compelling voices in South Africa's endurance community. Not just for what he's achieved across Ironman, Cape Epic, and Comrades, but for how he's chosen to tell his story. He's a multi-sport athlete, a content creator, and a mentor. But more than that, he's someone who's turned struggle into structure, chaos into clarity, and movement into meaning. From navigating ADHD and personal lows, to building a platform rooted in honesty, humor, and community, Simon's journey reflects that exact kind of layered, lived experience we champion here on Ballers Brew. His reels may be funny, but his work is serious. And he is reshaping how a new generation connects with endurance, identity, and performance. So in this episode, we go behind the finish lines and the followers to talk soul, setbacks, and showing up when no one's watching. This one's about running towards purpose, laughing through the pain, and finding your why along the way. I am stoked to welcome Simon Stofberg to Ballers Brew.
Awesome, man. Great intro. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I just want to clarify one thing. I've not yet run a Comrades.
Well,
I don't plan on running one, to be very honest. My dad ran like 5 or 7 of them, and yeah, it's not really on my hit list. It's funny, I've got 100-mile trail races on my hit list, but not the Comrades. Like, it's just, that's not on my marklet. Yeah.
It's a different beast entirely. Completely different beast.
I don't know. I just feel that people like rush into it way too fast. They run one marathon and then they say, I'm going to run the Comrades. And then they come back so injured, like a lack of muscle maturity and a lack of, muscle maturity. And then they just get injured. And I don't want to stomp techie on tar for 7 or 8 hours, you know. So much respect to the people that do it, but it's not for me.
Well, my apologies.
Yeah.
As I said,
No.
This is just from my due diligence, my research behind the scenes. So apologies.
That's
for
fine.
Me wrong.
No. I'm just scared. People think, oh, he's some claims he ran a Comrades. I've never run a Comrades. No.
So
anyway.
For those that are listening, right? I've had the privilege and honor to train with Simon. We train at the same gym under Elite Performance Sport with Armantavet, and we've had the chance to bump into each other, catch up a few times. And I thought, why not have him on? It would be such an honor to be able to share your story. But for those who are listening, let's start here, right? Who is Simon Stofberg beyond the reels and race bibs? What parts of your upbringing shape the energy and mindset that bring you in sports today?
It's so funny, dude. I think I was just a kid that wasn't seen, you know. And I just want to say before we chat even deeper, like what I'm saying now might change in a month. It might, you know. I feel we're all evolving, and the way you see things change every day, and I think that's a good thing, to be open to change. and to change your mindset. So what I'm saying now, I might think about it differently, the way I process it. So I just grew up like unseen, like always picked last, and like I was just always doubted, and it's funny, and then you start doubting yourself. And only after school, like in matric, I started running a little bit of track, just to get fitter for field hockey. And then after school, just surfed a lot, and then actually discovered fitness and endurance when I did Muay Thai in 2015. Discovered Muay Thai. Always wanted to fight, just due to like I was bullied as a kid. Like I was always bullied, and loved Muay Thai. Fell in love with it, and yeah, got a job just after that. And obviously, you can't show up to your job with like a broken nose or a blue eye. So got into running. My dad's always been a runner, like I just said. Like he's always out before work running in Paul roads. And my brother was always a big cyclist. So I grew up with a very big endurance family, or just my dad and my brother. The rest of my family is like very big into music, like musician. I almost said a musician, like into magic. Yeah, my brother's like a world-class cello player. My mom is like a phenomenal pianist, piano player and organ player as well in the church. Yeah, so endurance sports always been super normal in our house. So, and it's funny, I only discovered it like 7 years ago, like in 2017. In 2017, when I moved to Cape Town, actually discovered running and trail running. There was this race in Cape Town called the Red Bull Lionheart, which was like this Red Bull race that they had like once a year. It was like an invitational, and you had to like qualify for it on Strava. And when I heard about it, I was like obsessed with this race. And the funny thing is, when I started training, the next year they didn't host it again. So I never got to run this race that I wanted to run. But yeah, that's kind of where it started. It started with running. I always wanted to cycle, but I could just never afford it. I could just never have a bike. So yeah, that's kind of where it started. It started with running.
It's a very interesting journey though, that's from there to where you are now, and from what it seems from the outside now, being in a world, in a sport that you truly love. It seems like a community that you really embrace, stepping into that space.
Dude, the cycling community is special. It's really, really special. I haven't felt. I even spoke to Melissa, like my wife. She obviously comes to all these races, and I mean, no disrespect to any other like fitness industry or like community, but I just felt at like Ironman, everyone was very like nose up, like I don't know, the energy was just kind of like not dark, just unwelcoming. No one's going to talk to you. Everyone's doing their own thing. I don't know. That's the experience that I got. I might be wrong. But since like this weekend, we were at the Round the Pot, and Melissa said this a few times, like at these cycling races, people come and talk to you, and everyone's welcoming. There's a big camaraderie going on of like, do you have a flat wheel, or is there something wrong with your saddle, or what are you drinking, or what are you using? The community in cycling is, I know everyone hates cyclists, but it's a very cool community, and I've found myself in it, and I'm super grateful for where I am right now in the cycling community and in my cycling journey. Like I never thought it was going to play out how it's playing out right now, ever. Like I never knew it's going to be how it is right now, Yeah, like for instance, it's so funny, like just talking about where I am right now. I always used to look up at people like that are in magazines. Like I used to read like The Bicycle or Zigzag or Blunt or whatever, and my books were covered with like Greg Minnaar, or this is a famous downhill rider, Greg Minnaar, or like Jordy Smith on the cover. And the other day, or like last year when I did a shoot for Chia Vita, like on the plane, we were flying to like Fan Court with my parents-in-law. It opened the bicycle cover, and there's a big photo of me in this magazine. It was just this moment of like, holy shit, dude, you're that person that you wanted to be. Like, not that it matters if you're in the magazine, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on doing it. It was just cool. You're on the right trajectory, you know. Brands want to be a part of you. They want to be connected with you, you know. They want to be seen with you, which is like a super special feeling and a big responsibility as well.
It's from what it sounds, it's a true full circle moment, you know, full 180. You've
Yeah.
from a dream to where you are now.
Yeah, and I don't mean it cocky at all, but I always wanted to cycle, and I always knew that I can be a good cyclist. I'm not saying I'm a great cyclist. I'm still growing. I'm still so new in it. But I always wanted a bike. Like it sounds so wrong, but you know, you're a kid. You're a kid. You don't have a filter. Can you still see me?
I can still see you. All good.
Dude, when I was a kid, I wanted like the big downhill bike with the big shocks and stuff. And for Christmas, my dad brought in like this giant boulder. It's like a cross country mountain bike. It's got like short little shocks. It's like a racing mountain bike. It's not for downhill. And dude, I was in tears as a kid. Dude, I was like 13 or 12 years old, you know. I didn't know the value. Dude, this guy forked out cash for this mountain bike. And I was ungrateful, you know. But anyway, that's a side story. Like in 2016, when I got my first salary from my first job, I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna buy myself a bike." You know, I'm gonna buy myself a bike, and because I was always seeing my brother with like his cool mountain bikes because he was doing Cape Epic and always looked up to him. And then I was dating this super toxic girl, and she was just like, "No, you're not gonna buy a mountain bike with that money. You know, you're gonna buy an engagement ring or like." You're going to save this cash. And I was just so caught up in this manipulation. And then as soon as we broke up, dude, the first thing I fucking bought was a road bike, was this Cannondale Super 6 road bike. And it was just this moment of, dude, you can do whatever you want to do. Like, you can buy whatever you want to buy, you know? Yeah, it was so cool. As soon as I bought that first road bike, it was just gone. I only bought my first bike in 2020. So it's like 5 years ago. But it's been up and downs since 2020, you know, with like alcohol and all kinds of dog shit. But that's life, you know.
If I can, I want to tap into a specific moment, right? There's specific points that you're nailing, and you started off. You mentioned Muay Thai, and so I'm just thinking, right, from boxing gloves to bike shoes, quite a switch up. You've lived across various sporting worlds. Was there a moment when endurance sport stopped being a passion and became the foundation you built your life on?
Dude, I just want to say, while I was doing Muay Thai, I was still obsessing over bikes, even though I didn't own one. My Instagram was full of bikes. I would still like drive slower to look at this guy cycling next to the road. I've always been obsessed with cycling and with running, you know. Always looking. But to answer your question of like, just ask your question again regarding that. Like,
was there a specific moment when endurance sport was no longer just a passion for yours, but rather became a foundation that you're like, this is my life? Became more of your identity, more of your everyday?
I've always, it's like, I hope people don't take this wrong, but I've always wanted to be a professional athlete. I never wanted a job. I never wanted to go into an office. Like, I always wanted to be a professional athlete. Not that I am one now, but that's always been my dream, you know? And when I started running in 2017 or 2018, that was my main focus. I was going to work at this factory, and even at the factory, I was like looking at people running, looking at their running form, like checking other people's times on Strava. I've always been obsessing over it. It's all like, since I discovered running, and the more you put in, the more you get out, the more it just consumes my brain. Like, it's something that I consistently think about. And that's what it's so frustrating if you've got outside world things affecting that. You have to be a grown up. You have to have a job. You have got all these responsibilities when you actually just care about this one thing. Um, which is funny. Balancing life. So yeah, but yeah, I hope that answers your question.
That
Does it?
does. It does. And it ties
Yeah.
into the next question I have, because it's truly inspirational, and I find honorable to look at the journey that you've gone through now, as you mentioned, so 2020 to 2025. You mentioned at some point you're in a toxic space, but also that there are these external factors, right, from the outside world that made it hard for you to trace this childhood dream, right, of being a professional athlete. And from what I've read, you've been fairly open about some deeply low
Yeah.
moments, mentally, emotionally, financially. What did these chapters teach you about yourself and how you could use sport as an anchor?
It's it's just showed me like it's something I can always fall back on, and it's the only thing that does me any good, is following that childhood dream. And it's as soon as I'm not following that dream, if I train after work, I'm the best husband when I get home.
Um,
I need that fulfillment. I need that throughout the day. Otherwise, I'm not a good human being.
I'm so sorry. The internet cut off here, and your whole answer went blank.
That's fine. That's fine. Is mine cut out or yours?
I don't know. I think it's back now. It's stable, but you went
Okay,
quiet.
sweet. Ask a question again.
Um, I do apologize. That is horrible. I know it's not nice to have to repeat an answer.
That's fine.
It was about the deeply low moments, mentally, emotionally, financially, and what those
Yeah,
chapters taught you about yourself and how
just
sport became an anchor.
yeah, just uh, those chapters. Honestly, it, like founded me where I am today, and I'm grateful for what I went through. It's just taught me resilience and to stick to my own guns. To yeah, it's a difficult question to answer because it's made me who I am today. These like dark times, and it's funny when I was going through the dark times, I always say like it's so funny. I would be partying the night, like on the Saturday, or on even on a weekday, and then driving to work so depressed, obviously on a come down from drinking and doing drugs, and then looking at myself in the car mirror, like in the little triespieeltjie, like the car rear view mirror, and you look yourself in the eyes, and you're just like, what are you doing? You are wasting this untapped potential. Um, so yeah, it's taught me resilience,
I
and yeah,
That's the beauty of sport. I think you
dude, it's
mentioned,
it's a beautiful thing, discovering yourself and your potential. It's awesome.
and it teaches you a lot about what you're capable of, a human being. And from what I find, it's pushing your body to that limit, you know?
It's and you think it's the limit, it's not. That's what's cool. Like
Mm.
people will put these like limits on you, and it's like, dude, that's your limit. That's your limit. That's not my limit. And that's what's cool. I think it's awesome. I think a lot of people around us don't know what they are capable of. It's
Mm.
like it's the coolest thing. Like I'm still finding out what I'm capable of. Like I'm still showing up every day as a white belt. I'm
Yeah.
eager to learn. I want to talk to everyone. I want to hear, oh, what did you do? Or how did you get this 5K PB, or how did you do this wattage or whatever? I want to know. Like I'll even come to you in the gym, like ask you about your swimming. I don't swim. I fucking hate swimming, but I'm interested in the human body and how you adapt. I'm
Yeah.
interested in all kinds of sport. Yeah.
Curiosity is such a powerful tool. And you mentioned now you come to me and you ask questions. Uh, and right, I don't know if you can recall this, but the other day at the gym, I asked you how your soul was doing, not just your knee,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
knee
Yeah.
implied
Yeah.
you thought I was asking about your knee. And you said you'd felt tearful in the car the day before, smiling
Yeah.
through it, but staying afloat. what's your relationship with that kind of honesty? And how do you carry it into your training, content, and everyday life?
It's funny. It's such a weird thing to share, but dude, I'm depressed most of the times. Like I'm almost always depressed. I'm almost always sad. Like the only time when I'm not sad is when I'm training or when I'm around Melissa. Like it's a it's a constant struggle. My brain, like it's a constant thing. And what I found is the only thing that helps it is not drinking. Not that dude. I just want to bring it across. It's not that I'm a fucking alcoholic, but I mean,
Yeah.
not drinking, sleeping properly, eating clean, and training as much as possible. Not overtraining, but sticking to a program and getting those small wins throughout the day helps my brain like an incredible amount. So it's like everyone sees on Instagram, oh, he's always making jokes and stuff. I think humor is my way of dealing with it, of dealing with tough times or like hardship and stuff like that. So yeah, does that answer your question?
It does, it does. And
Okay, wait.
what it makes me think of, the first thought I have is it's the beauty of structure. And I just read this thing the other day, and I might get it wrong, but they were referring to the noise to signal ratio. I don't know if you've heard
Yeah.
of that concept before.
No,
And
gooi.
in business, they were looking at how, and this is what makes some of the most successful businessmen successful. And
Yeah.
I think it was in a podcast with Kevin O'Leary, one of the guys from Shark Tank, and he speaks about it's see their CEO's capability to be in a space where they're able to focus on what has to be done today.
Oh
They're not
yes.
they're
Okay.
not
With Steve Jobs, I think.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And they're not worried about the external noise or the things that's influencing them that may be irrelevant from them completing their task today. And then ticking off those micro goals, being able
Yeah.
to, in the bigger picture, find success.
Yeah.
From my perspective, and I may be completely wrong, but
Yeah.
it sounds like when you refer to that discipline, when you're in the
Yeah.
space of ticking off the boxes, the micro wins, that's your safe space or your place for you to
Yeah.
to truly embrace you.
Yeah. It's funny. My sadness or depression or anxiety has nothing to do with like the outside world. It all has to do with my own brain. And I struggle with intense self-hate, like regret, of stuff that happened in my childhood or just even fucking yesterday. I struggle with letting go. And so I don't have a problem with canceling out the world. It's funny, like it's people have like stress around them regarding cash or this disease or that disease. I'm lucky with I don't think about that stuff at all. Like I'm more like sad about what happened to a friend or like this friend of mine committed suicide or whatever. And then my brain will like overthink about stuff like that.
Mm,
And the only time I'm not thinking about it or thinking about it in a healthy way is when I'm training and having that natural dopamine.
mm.
Yeah. But I understand what you're saying with the signaling and focusing on what needs to happen and what's just noise.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
yeah, no, I can't speak for you, but I would think it's a hard balance.
Yeah, it's a struggle. Yeah, it's weird. Like, especially spending a lot of time on your own. I work for a company called Sinus Seal Labels. We print like incredible labels for like wine and Checker 6060 or jam or whatever, anything that needs a label on it, like Velo or whatever. We print the label.
Yeah.
And so I spend a lot of time on the road driving around on my own. And it's the most of the time when I'm driving on my own or like spending time on your own when you're battling these demons in your head. And I can't tell you, like, I can't wait to get out of the car and just go run or go cycle or see Melissa or spend time with my dogs.
Mm,
Because then I'm not thinking about that stupid shit.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's a safe
yeah,
space. That's how I feel in the pool
yeah,
as well. When you're in your lane,
yeah,
when
exactly,
you're just able to
exactly,
clear
dude.
your head and just be free.
this is what you're made for.
Yeah.
You're made to be in that pool, you know.
Yeah.
And you've chipped away at it since a kid, and that's your space. That's what keeps you. Yeah, and I think when people don't have something like that, they just go to work, come back home, and watch series, and then they don't have something that like they're chasing, a hobby or whatever. I don't know how they deal with that, or if they even have that stuff, if they think that way, you know.
Whoa. Hey, Ballers Nation. Quick break in the action. Thanks for tuning into Ballers Brew. If you dig our fresh take on sports, please rate, review, or share the podcast. It only takes a moment, but it makes a huge difference. Thanks for the support. And that comes to the topic of perspective. I'd like to shift gears, and from what I've read, you've candidly spoken about ADHD and how it's both a challenge, but also a kind of superpower, right?
Oh yeah, man, weaponized autism.
How has it shaped the way you train, compete, and create?
Dude, it's so funny. I struggled with ADHD since a young kid. Like in grade 2, that's 2002, Ritalin came onto the scene of schools. And I spoke to my mom actually the other day. She was like, yo, you always moan about like the two broodjies, like the sandwich that I packed in wasn't good. I was like, no, I was just on Ritalin. I didn't have an appetite because I was on this fucking drug, but still kept to the same sleep schedule, didn't train, ate the wrong foods. You know, I think a lot of your focus, like your cognitive balance, can be sorted out with the right diet and training. But Ritalin was just masking it. But back to ADHD, it's a blessing and a curse, man. Like I feel like when let's say you're doing a long distance race or like you have to train, I think there's some people that like focus so intensely so they can't unfocus the suffering they're having at the moment, where I'm ADHD, so I'll be suffering, and then 2 seconds later, the sticker on my laptop will catch my eye, and then I'm like, holy shit, like an Intel Core i5, interesting. Oh yeah, you're suffering. Back to suffering, like on the kicker, indoor trainer, or like I'll be riding on the bike like this weekend, I'll be like suffering behind this guy, and then I notice like, oh, he's got crazy crack sweat running down his back. How funny. Oh yeah, you're suffering, you know? So it's like a blessing and a curse. Like, unfortunately, I struggle to work. So like I'll be working or like dealing with a client, and then something will pop up like a new like bike ad or whatever. So I quickly have to look at that. Unfortunately. So ADHD helps in certain places, but it's definitely a curse somewhere else, you know?
Have you ever heard of the concept of flow state?
Dude, yes.
Do you
I live on that shit.
So in sports psychology, right? I mean, perhaps for those that are listening, it's been discussed before. It's this moment in which you're completing a task, but you're able to go into this time feels as if it's slipping by so quickly, but you're so I want to say succumb to the detail of what you're doing, and in the moment that you're able to just perform and execute at a much higher level. Have you ever found that in this moment of flow, that that perhaps ADHD superpower might affect that or enhance it?
My ADHD disappears when I'm in that flow state. Dude, quick story. This weekend I rode around the pod. So we were away we went on honeymoon, 3 weeks Bali, 2 weeks Italy. Picked up a lot of weight, got super unfit, because obviously leading up to the wedding, I didn't train for like 2 weeks. So let's say in total, it was 2 months of no training, which did my fucking head in. But cool, came back, and then it took me a month to lose the 5 kgs that I picked up over the holiday. And then still in that first month of losing the 5 kgs, I was training, but kind of inconsistent, getting back to work, you know, settling in. We've got a baby on the way. So it's like there's a lot going on. And for the past 6 weeks, I've been training consistently, not following a program, just going on the bike, pedaling 2 hours, keeping consistent watts, just putting in base work, growing aerobic base, which I think a lot of people are lacking. Cool. Entered this race this weekend, and the race was 100 miles, so it's 166 k's. For the first like or for the 140 Ks, that's how far my fitness could carry me, is 5 hours. I could ride 5 hours completely in the flow state, for 5 hours in the flow state. It was like this moment of, I was just catching people and like they couldn't stick with me. As soon as I passed them, they would go into my slip and then they would just drop off. Like I was just on this fucking hammer. My nutrition was dialed. I kept to my feeding schedule. Like, cool, every this, I'll take this. Like, everyone's got their little recipe, what they follow. But until 5.5 hours, like 10 Ks before the end, this flow state shattered. Obviously, your fitness, you can be as fit for an hour, and I can be fit for 2 hours. Quibus over there will be fit for 3 hours. That's how fit they are. Doesn't matter if you fuel like heavily corrected fuel and the best bike and everything, you can only last 3 hours or 5 hours. That's how fit. The fitness I've built over the 6 weeks is 5 hours. That's why I went this weekend, is to check the elastic, you know. Cool. 10 Ks before the end, this flow state just shatters. And I'm in this bike and I can't escape, and the ADHD isn't working, you know. It's just, I'm suffering. And I'm start counting down the Ks. As soon as you start counting Ks, you are gone, dude. You should never count Ks unless you're like working on like a running schedule, like, cool, 2 Ks, 4 Ks, I'm doing this. But I was just riding, and 10 Ks before the end, the flow state shatters, and it's just, you fully indulged in the suffer, and it's special, like, to be there, and your mind just goes all kinds of places, like, which is special. It's also a cool part of endurance racing, like your mind goes dark, but how you deal with it in the dark, and you have to have been there before to know how to handle it. Like, I've been in way worse situations in races where like you just start cramping and crying and all kinds of things, you know. But that last 10 Ks was special. That's where I made an effect on my brain and my uitervermoë, I don't know what you call it in English.
Yeah, I wasn't not sure.
My uitervermoë, but you know what I mean. Like your
that
ability to handle, to fucking deal, you know.
Yeah.
And started hallucinating like intensely. Like you're riding on this gravel road and it's never ending. It looks like a mirage, you know, where the next hill looks like a wall running into the heavens. Like it's just running up into the mountain, into the fucking sky. And as soon as you get there, it's just a little hobble, but it looked like a big mountain. Like your brain just goes completely berserk because there's no more fuel in it to feed it. And then the flow state just disappears. But the flow state is a special thing. Sorry, I'm dwelling into something else. But I think a lot of people say they've experienced the flow state, but you have to be fit to experience the flow state. You have to be fit, and your body needs to go into a state of comfortability in the uncomfortable. Then you experience the flow state of just running through whatever, you're just floating. I'm sure you get in the pool as well, but a beginner swimmer is not going to experience the flow state in the pool.
Yeah. And what's interesting, right?
I personally feel that way.
If you look at performance psychology, though, so performance psychology within sport, flow state that isn't only just limited to athletic performance. So interestingly, for instance, let's say I'm a writer. I need to hit out 100 pages. And by page 15, something just ticks over and boom.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, I was struggling with maths in high school intensely, like heavily. The teacher was just cuck. And then on a Wednesday, I went to Tani Malani Brew. Tani Malani was a godsend. I would not listen. Once I discovered Tani Malani, I didn't listen from Monday to Friday. I didn't listen in maths class at all, dude, at all. I was just hoping on Tani Malani on a Wednesday. On a Wednesday, within an hour, that woman would explain to me the whole week's worth of maths. And I would go back on the Thursday and correct the teacher. But the flow state, dude, I would get into that maths like test or exam, and I would flow through it. Like there was a state where the numbers just... And there's a kid that struggles with school, dude. It was just the information was carried over to me correctly, and I could just, I couldn't write fast enough. Because I was already reading the next sum, you know, the next calculation. Yeah, flow state's fascinating. It's awesome. And
Mm.
it's not just in athletics. It's not just in endurance sports. It's everywhere in the world.
And I find it interesting. Again, it comes down to the power of perspective. It's you were looking at the example of being in school, but the way in which something is taught or it comes across, the space in which you're in, the environment that you're in, it influences your cognitive ability and to perform. And in that same breath, if we look at environments, there's this playful, fearless energy in how you show up online. Funny, raw, real. How do you balance being the entertainer, the motivator, the athlete, and now, excitingly, a soon to be father, while still protecting your own peace?
Dude, I'm still finding balance, to be very honest. Like, uh, it's funny, you'll see on my Instagram, there's like a 2 week spurt of just popping out content and everything is funny and jolls and whatever. And then it will just stop because then my house needs love, you know, my relationship with Melissa. I'm not saying when I'm creating content, other stuff, but sometimes I still struggle to balance. Like, I'm not scared, but I'm super excited to have a kid. Like, I'm ridiculously, like, I'm actually emotional about it, you know. Um, my dad, I didn't have that connection with my dad that friends around me had. My dad was working crazy hours. He was providing, you know. Um, so I can't really remember. I remember spending time with my dad, but I don't remember like having that like intense, like father figure action as a kid. So I want to be that when I have my kid. But getting back to your question of like balancing and like, for instance, last year, just before Neisner Marathon, I did like a 10-week training block. And in that 10-week training block, I didn't make any content. Like, I was just running because it's difficult to, dude, I go cycle every day, but I only make a cycling vlog once every 2 weeks because it's admin to take out your phone and then be funny. I'm not funny every day. I'm not in the mood to chat to you every day, you know? Like, I'm actually a super introvert. I'm actually introverted. I don't want to go cycle with people every single day. I like spending time on my own.
Mm.
I love having music in and just go riding or running on my own.
Yeah.
So it's still difficult, like, especially now signing with all these brands, they request like marketing from you. And it's not always easy. Like, I think a lot of people think, oh, sick, like he's got Trek, or like, oh, sick, he signed with Abus or whatever, or with Wahoo. Dude, it's work, bro. It's fucking work.
Mm.
Like, and you have to be authentic and real. Like, they signed you because they want you. They don't want you to copy some other fucking trend. They want to know what you say about this coffee mug or whatever, you know?
Mm.
And to be creative in every video, it's not easy. It's like, I'm still struggling with it. I'm still figuring it out. And I'm still figuring out how to balance. Like, I want to create more videos. I want to like be a better employee. I want to be a better husband as well. I want to be a good dad. I'm still learning daily. And like, I'm like any other person. Like, I make these promises and then I don't keep it. Not a promise, but you know what I mean? I say, cool, this week I'm going to do this review and I'm going to post this video and I'm going to go right there. One of them happens, you know, because other stuff happens. Now it's raining. Now you can't go shoot that video you want to shoot.
Yeah.
Or whatever, you know. Yeah.
And I think that's the art of juggling life. It's like before we spoke now, you know,
Yeah.
I had to be like, yo, Simon,
Yeah.
30 minutes, like
Shit, stuff happens. Dude, now you have fucking traffic. You have traffic. You know, or like, I'm going to go run at 4 until 6. Oh, shit. No, you can't. You've got a meeting until quarter past 4. Now you need to go take a shit. Now it's 4:30. Now I need to set up your phone and like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's admin. Yeah.
But I think for some,
but it's cool for some, for sure. There was a time where, for sure. And it's funny, as I've got such a, my personality, I get quickly over things. I quickly like, I can also, now I'm fucking tired of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like this video thing, like shooting Instagram videos. Dude, when I started doing it, I couldn't wait to edit the video. I would shoot the whole day and I couldn't wait at night to fucking edit this video. And now, dude, you should see my like phone, all the videos, potential vlogs that I've shot, and I just haven't edited yet because I'm lazy, you know. I don't want to do it now. I just want to chill. I just want to chill with Melissa on the couch, you know. But I've set, like, me and Melissa spoke about it, dude. The more you posting, the more you're going to get out of it. Like, that's when your followers grow quick, and that's when you get engagement. You have to post regularly. And it's the same with like cycling and working, everything. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out. If you're just going to chill on the couch, nothing's going to fucking happen.
Yeah. On that point, you've built a platform. You're also still building a platform, right?
Yeah.
It's never
still
over.
Still an embryo.
But not just as a competitor, but from the outsider, a mentor and a voice in the South African endurance sports space. What do you think this community needs most right now?
You know, I first want to say I don't see myself as a mentor and spokesperson for the endurance space. But if people think that, I'll take it. Dude, I think what people need most is reality right now. I think a lot of people have a misperception of what's going on in everyone's life, and in every influencer or content creator, whatever you want to call it, everyone has a misperception of what's going on completely. Like, I see a lot of people coming to greet me and like, oh, dude, are you gonna win this race? Do you have any idea how fit the guy is that's gonna win this race? Do you have any idea of the work that this other guy has put in to win this race? You don't, because he doesn't put it on Instagram. Like, just because you see me cycling every day doesn't mean I'm putting out massive numbers. I'm just riding my bike every day.
Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest thing is people need to be real on Instagram and speak the truth, you know, like, it's truth and reality. That's what people need. Like, before we came on, I thought about like people that just jump. I know the fitness thing is a big trend at the moment. Like, and it's the coolest trend ever. Like, everyone's being healthier, everyone's eating clean food, and like everyone's focusing on high rocks and ultra trail and stuff like that. What I thought about was, dude, you can't just go run an ultra, or like I said, the comrades, you can't just go run an ultra. Like, yes, you can, but it's detrimental to your health and your like physical health. You don't have the muscle maturity.
Yeah.
Be real, you know. All these coaches that are just like, yeah, sure, I'll coach you for an ultra. You know, I can coach you for an ultra, sure. But you're gonna have a hefty fucking physio bill afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What I'm taking away, and I find interesting, earlier I brought up the idea of structure, so the beauty of discipline. And now within the community, you're referencing truth. And you beautifully touched on the idea that the lady or the gentleman who may win, you know, that enduro race, event, cycle, swim, whatever it may be, the hours and hours of dedication that goes into their craft. But outside of the sport itself, for me, what's so important in terms of discipline, and it starts at the first rule, it's the art of showing up.
For sure.
And it's something that is, I think, sometimes overlooked, and perhaps what makes this trend, this fitness trend you're referring to, so special. It's truly something that individuals have to learn in terms of discipline. It's learning how to show up, because in a world where instant gratification is so easily acquired through social media and the internet, sports is the one thing. There are a few others, but where it really takes...
You can't buy it.
No, it's months months of
You can't
work.
buy a sub 18 5K.
No.
It's only, you can't pay me to give you a sub 18 5K. It's only you that can go and do it. And you have to, it's a day after day after day of chipping away at it and following structure to get that result.
And it's special, and that's why I say your story is admirable when you refer to you're on the bike every day, you're cycling, and you're still juggling your various hats, if I may call it as
Yeah,
such, um,
for sure.
and working in your own lane to craft your story.
I'm still working on it for sure, and I'm still chipping away. Like I still struggle with dedication. Like I've I've as soon as we got back, like I said, now I've been like chipping away for 6 weeks. I've been dedicated for 6 weeks,
Mm.
and it's it's so difficult to get that ball rolling. Like especially if you've been at a high level of running or high level of cycling. Like I've been very fit in like different like categories of exercise, like endurance. If you know how fit you can be, it's so difficult to get the ball rolling. So I'm so like I respect people that lose a lot of weight and like make this big change to like this fitness craze. Like there's so many people that I thought would never run, like full on smoker, brandy drinker, smoking people in the trail scene right now,
Mm.
or like in the running scene. Like, dude, I used to like smoke cigarettes with this guy 4 in the morning, and now he's like running like a sub 16 5K. That takes months, years of work to
Hmm.
get that time. Like you can't just get that time. And he's been like doing it. Like but I want to be with dedication. Like I still struggle with it. And it honestly takes so much negotiation in your head. Like don't negotiate, just go do it. Luckily now my ball is roading. My most difficult part of training is actually just putting on the kit and going onto the bike, like just getting onto the bike. As soon as I'm on the bike and I have the music in, 20 minutes, like the first 20 minutes is like, oh, dude, this fucking sucks. I'm actually tired today. Maybe I should turn around. Maybe it should be a short ride today.
Mm.
What, dude? Shut the fuck up. Just go do it. You're gonna feel so good. And those sessions are the best.
Mm.
I come back with the biggest fucking dopamine high. Like I come back so good, and that motivates me the next day and the next day and the next day.
Mm.
Don't skip a day. Don't skip.
That's again the art of showing up, being locked in, being
100%.
present in
Just
the
lock in,
moment.
dude.
I want to jump into this new segment, right? I'm trying for the new season. I'm calling
Sure.
it the Brew Break. Okay.
Hell yeah.
So we're just going to change gears here once again.
Let's go.
We've got four rapid fire questions. Okay.
Hell
And
yeah.
it's the first thing that comes to your mind. Boom, you answer it, and then I jump to the next thing. So
Shit.
you
I
ready
hope
to
I
roll?
say, let's go.
100%. What is your go-to race day snack?
You're sorry. Race day snack. Those Minards
Yes.
make like a jelly sweet, but it's the
Mm.
fruit pastel snack. It's like quite hard with like sugar coating. Banger,
Ooh.
banger.
If Maynard is listening,
Or Haribo gummies. But Minards are cheaper.
there we go. Dream race anywhere in the world.
Yo, when it comes to running, I would love to run that I don't know what the name is, but it's like there's Sables. It's like a desert race, dude, through like the desert. Like
Heard about it.
there's been multiple documentaries about it. Average Rob just ran it, like
Mm.
Marathon des Sables. That's like a ultra run that I would love to do, or UTMB. It's like a festival where they run like through everywhere. It's insane. But cycling, yo, dude, dream race. I would love to ride the Tour de France.
Let's go. Let's go.
Impossible, but you said dream race, so yeah,
Yes,
Tour de
sir.
France, sick.
When you race, I'll be in the car next to you. I'll be on team like spec, I'll be there
Oh
for the
yeah,
water bottles and all that good stuff.
hell yeah, domestique, yeah.
Moving on. One brand collab you'd love to land.
Yo, at the moment, I'm super happy with everyone. I would love to land your Vans or Nixon.
Very
It's a
cool.
weird collaboration, but landing Vans or Nixon would be cool. Because, dude, I've got everything I've ever wanted right now. Like, it's so funny. You need to hear this. Like, 3 years ago on December, I got from my mother-in-law, I got cycling bibs for Christmas. I couldn't afford cycling bibs. Like I didn't have a bike at the moment. I had like, anyway, dude, a year later, me and Melissa did a sober year and everything changed. A year later, that Christmas, sponsored head to toe.
What?
So the previous Christmas didn't have shit. My shoes, the laces were snapping on my cycling shoes, like fucked.
Yeah.
A year later, like, dude, in a year, your life can change. You don't even know, dude. You can write down your 5-year plan. It will happen in a year. It's fascinating. But yeah, dream collab, your cool car brand, maybe like the Toyota Hilux or something like that. We see, or a Porsche.
What is your go-to pump up song?
Yo, dude, it changes every day. I listen all kinds of music. But at the moment, I love DMX. You know DMX?
I've heard of them.
Where my dog's at.
Yeah,
Get 'em, boys. Yeah. Where the hood at? Do you know the Marty's rowing club?
Yes.
It's across from Kutsenberg.
Yes.
Dude, the one night I was running there, I ran like Stelly Shakeout, and it was like 7:30 at night. It's winter. It's pitch dark outside. It's cold, and the Marty's Rowing Club is like this double door garage that's there in the middle of nowhere on the river, and it's dark everywhere, and the two garage doors are open, and they are just blasting DMX. Where the hood at? Da, 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 da. Dude, I come around the corner to look in. It's the whole Marty's rowing team. No shirts on, rowing in synchronicity.
Yeah.
Just rowing, dude, with that song blasting. Yeah. And that's when it was like, fuck this. I love this song. It's sick. Yeah.
It's a full vibe, man.
But it changes every day.
As we count down and we begin to wrap up and look into a bit more reflective questions, some that you maybe can think deeply about. I'd love to know a little bit more about the bigger picture, right? So starting here, perhaps, whether it was the Cape Epic or the Ironman, or maybe another race, or maybe it's not even a race.
Yeah.
Is there one finish line that meant something deeper to you beyond just the physical achievement?
I've spoken about this so many times, but that year that we went sober, leading up to that year, dude, I was drinking so much. And again, I'm not an alcoholic. I was just jawling a lot. Like the weekends turned into like a Wednesday jaw as well. And then the Wednesday turned into like a Thursday jaw as well. And then before you know it, like drinking every night, going out every night. And I got super sick that year, like 4 times that year. I got tonsillitis. And everyone was like, get the tonsils removed and stuff. And I was like, no, I'm just unhealthy. Like, I don't have to get it removed. No, get it removed. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, didn't get it removed. I've never had tonsillitis ever again because I'm just healthy.
Yeah.
But that sober year, dude, on the 1st of January, me and Melissa, we decided we're going to go sober together. And 5 weeks later, and then I got locked in again. From like off the couch drinking and stuff and smoking cigarettes to not smoking, not drinking, nothing, and just focusing on running for 5 weeks, dude. So this is a year of just drinking. In 5 weeks' time, committing to like this marathon in the Tankwa Karoo. It's called the Tankwa Crossing. So there's like different distances, but I did the Donkey Dash. It's like a marathon distance in the Karoo in Feb. So it's like hot as balls, dude. It's like 45 degrees, dry heat. And dedicated like 5 weeks. I just went to like go compete, dude, smoked it, won the race. And when I finished, it was like this, it was just, dude, you're on the right track, stay sober, stay on this, like that's when this whole thing started. That's when this is how I'm talking to you. Like, that's why I'm talking to you today. Like, that race solidified everything. Like that, like I said, like I'll be drinking at 4 a.m. or like doing drugs or whatever. And you're like, what am I doing? You know, you're wasting potential. Like, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. When I won that race, I was like, I fucking told you. Like that, speaking to yourself in the mirror in the car, I fucking told you. That's what you were supposed to be doing this whole time.
Yeah.
If you were just doing this for the past 6 years, 7 years, you won't need to have a job. You would be a professional athlete. But no, you were wasting time drinking and fucking around. Yeah. So yeah, that race meant a lot. But also, like, every race means a lot because you've put in work. If I go to a race, it's there. I'm there for a reason. I'm there, maybe not to win, but to like improve a time, or like I put in work before I go to a race. I don't just go to a race to fucking be there. I go there with a goal, with an intention. If that is to test Charles, or to test the bike, or to win it, or to get a podium of a top 10, or this time, I'm there for a reason. And every race means something to me personally.
It's special to see the 360, you know, from where you say you were to where you are now. And as you said, it's I can't remember the term you used earlier when you referred to the socials, right? It's an incubator. It's still growing. You're still growing. You're still developing.
An embryo.
Embryo. There we go. That was the word.
Yeah, it's still an embryo. Yeah.
And it's exciting to watch this journey that you're on unfold, right?
I must say, we spoke about environment and having the right guidance. Just if I double on that?
100%.
Firstly, on environment, dude, I was surrounded by the wrong people, and it took that year of sobriety. I was isolated for the better. You know, isolation is the gift that keeps on giving. And following my own road and saying no to almost everything, and only saying yes to what I wanted to do and what I needed to do, what I knew what was right, I said yes to. And what I knew would only benefit me negatively, I said no. And I want to give thanks to my wife, Melissa, dude. She's been like the most, like I said, that race, she is that race every single day. She's incredible. You know, I can't do any of this without her. I would be lost without her. And I've been in relationships before her where everyone's like, oh, they're such a good influence. Like, they're not.
Yeah.
Like, Melissa is the shit, dude. She, like, if you can find a partner that can drive you and like support you the way she supports me, you've got a fucking special one. You've got a very special one. So environment, being in the right environment is crucial. And then coming to guidance, or I don't know what word we used, but I've been with multiple coaches, and it comes back to like the teacher that we spoke about with maths. Like, you should get the right guidance, get the right coach. Like, and you might be at a triathlon coach and he might be great, or ultra running coach, and he might be great for this athlete. Doesn't mean he's good for you as well. So yeah,
that's true. It's
like at the moment, I don't have a coach at the moment.
Yeah. Well,
at all.
Technically, you have a month.
Yeah, for strength conditioning, and he's fucking incredible.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I'm a very big fan.
Yeah. Really pushes us in the gym, makes us work hard.
Yeah, and special movements that I feel have like changed. Like, you know, swimming very well. Like, when I started with him, it was for Ironman, and my swim went down from like 145 per 100 to 115 within like 4 weeks of just correcting my core and my stroke and everything. And he's not with me in the pool.
Yeah,
I'm swimming on my own. Like, I don't have a swim coach.
Yeah,
it was just strengthening the body and adapting it correctly. Yeah, very cool.
If you could speak to your younger self, 8, 12, perhaps 15-year-old Simon, what would you say to him? Do you think he'd be proud of where you are today?
Yo, dude, I'm the guy that I wanted to be. Like, I'm the guy now that Simon looked up to as a kid, and I'm super proud of it. Like, and I think about that often. of my younger self as a kid. Like I said, I was quite lonely as a kid. I had a lot of friends and stuff, but like I just felt alone. And the people that I looked up to are the people I am, is the human I am today.
Mm.
Kind, welcoming, loving. Like, yeah, I like who I am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if we could flip the coin, right? And at the start of this conversation, you said what you say now, right, might be
yeah,
very, very different when you think back in a month's time.
for
But
sure.
if you could leave a message for your future self, let's say 10, 15 years
Yeah,
time, what would you want to say to yourself?
sure. Just keep going, man. Trust in your own path. I'm so caught up in like following like my dad or my parents told me, get a job and then you have to get this, you have to get this, and then you have to go do that. And then once you have that degree, then you have to go get this kind of job.
Mm,
You know, as soon as I follow my own path and listen to what I need to do, stuff works out for the better.
mm,
Um, like a small example, for instance, like don't get tattoos, you'll never get a job. Dude,
mm.
I'm covered and I've got a job and deals want to sign me. I do modeling everywhere. No, you can't get tattoos. You're gonna fucking not get any job.
Mm.
You have got tattoos now. And it's like that message would be to anyone out there, dude. Do what you want to do. You wasting your own fucking life living someone else's dream, doing someone else's to-do list.
Mm.
If you want to go farm on 1 acre, go do it. It might fail miserably, but at least you followed your own heart
Yeah.
instead of like becoming that accountant or whatever. Follow your dream. That would be my thing. Follow your fucking dream.
Mm. I had a chat with another athlete, and he said to me he was in the athletic space, and at the time it didn't make sense. In the moment when someone gives you something deep, you're like, wow, that's
Yeah,
deep.
bang.
But it doesn't like hit you until like maybe 6 months down the line. You're like, whoa, that's what he meant.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
and he said to
What
me,
it,
like, Mike, it's nice to win, right? He's been on the podium a few times. He's like, it's nice to win, but it's only special when you win on your own terms.
for sure.
And
Banger.
and I was like, winning's winning, like, right? Like you're
Yeah,
the
sick.
best, you're at the top,
Sick.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I realized, like, and it's what you're saying now, it's chasing your dreams. Like, you have the tattoos, you're still landing the gigs, you still have jobs, you're finding success within your space, and you're winning on your own terms. You're
Yes.
creating your own narrative.
I could have followed, the journey that my dad sent me on, and I like would have the safe job, and like I would have this pension fund. Don't get me wrong, I have a pension fund, but like you'll have this and this and this. You're winning, but not on your own terms.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, dude. Win your own race.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gas.
So perhaps the end here, when the road gets quiet, the Insta feed's dead, no longer rolling. What's your why? What keeps Simon showing up week after week? What is your why? Your penultimate why?
But my why changes often, dude. It's so funny. Always people ask, "What's your why?"
Mm.
And it changes. Like I thought in the past, oh, it was to prove wrong, and then it was like because I was bullied as a kid, and now my why is just, dude, it makes me so happy to train. It's like I'm so grateful to have bikes in my garage and running shoes and everything. I'm so blessed, like incredibly blessed. So at the moment, it's more just cherishing the time I have now. I think time moves so fast. I'm
Mm.
so scared I get to like 60 and I'm like, fuck, I wish I rode more. Like, fuck, I wish I ran more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm quick to like ride 4 hours in the morning and then like lie on the couch the whole day because I'm tired. But
Mm.
like, there was a time when I was at varsity where I would go surf 6 hours in the morning, get back, skate for another 2 hours, and then like max out my day. And I'm trying to get back to that, like maxing out my day. Like this morning I went to Armand, worked. Now I'm chatting to you, going back to work after this. And then tonight I'm running 12 Ks in the mountain. I feel that's stacking your day, you know, making the best of your day. So my why at the moment is just cherishing the time I have now, making the best of what I have now and taking it in.
That's truly special to me. If I may, it comes across.
So,
It's
like I said, sorry,
being
my
conscious in the
self-hate,
moment. Yeah.
my self-hate comes from regret. You know, I've got a lot of regret and I don't want to regret anything. So my why is I don't want to regret. So if I can go race this race because they send me an entry, fuck yes, let's go. Or like they're sending me this trick, sending me this bike to demo. Sweet, yes, I'll demo it for you. Cool.
Yeah.
No, my why is just making the best of everything that I have right now because I don't know when it's going to end.
Yeah. And it sounds like being very present in the moment, being conscious of what you're doing whilst you're doing it, and really taking it in as living life.
For sure.
Yeah.
I always tell people when they tell me like they're going overseas or they do take it in, like make the best of it. Because that's also the con of being ADHD. Dude, I'll be like, we were in Bali now for 3 weeks. It feels like we were never there. Like it was the best time ever, dude. I surfed pumping waves, like like insane. and now it's just like a distant memory. I wish I can remember it better, you know.
Yeah.
And like I ran the marathon last year and did very, very well. It was like my best marathon ever. And I can remember me and Melissa, again, we did like a sober, like 3 months in preparation for Iceland. As soon as we start, like the race ended, Melissa brought me like Devil's Peak beers. I was like, sick. We just started slamming beers and like bonding, dude. We were on a date, just jamming. And then later that night, I think I was a little bit drunk probably, but I was like, oh, Melissa, I can't remember the race. I can't remember it in detail now. Dude, you were in the fucking flow state. You're not going to remember anything. You were just racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't present. Obviously, you were locked. You were like in an outer body session, like setting. Yeah.
Locked in.
Yeah, locked in, baby.
100%.
Yeah.
As
Anyway.
we conclude and we come down, is there any last thoughts, anything you wish to share with those that might be listening? Anything that you just feel that's on your heart? You're like, I'd like to put this out today.
Yo, No, not really. I think like something I want to bring across is I'm quite heavy on respect, you know, like respecting other athletes. And that's why I said, like, when people ask, are you going to win this race or whatever, like what I wanted to actually dabble on is respecting everyone in their craft and the time they've put in since a little kid, you know, like I've only been cycling for like 5 years, like maybe 3 years consistently, but like I've got so much respect for the guys at the top, you know, and I admire them so much and I'm such a fan. And it's funny, like little kids come up to me at races and they're like this weekend around the pot, it was like the first ever kid asked my autograph. And I was like, what? Why, dude? Like, cool. If I mean that much to you, that's awesome, dude. That I have that effect, that I inspire you that much. But like kids come to me for like photos with me and stuff, and that's cool. That's awesome. Like it really like makes me feel good. Like I'm bringing out a cool message across, you know. But the guys at the top, like I don't know if there's any top guys listening to this, but dude, I've got so much respect for your dedication over the years, you know. And the grit that you've, like, some people have dealt with injury or loss or whatever. So much respect to you, and just keep grinding, you know. To everyone out there listening, if you're on this endurance fitness trend or on your own like journey to be an accountant or a doctor or a pro athlete, stick to your fucking guns, dude. Stick to your dream and just go.
Truly exceptional. Simon, thank you so much for your time, for coming on to Ballers Brew.
Thanks for having me.
It's been really awesome to chat with you, to learn more about your story, and to just dig into the scenes behind the scenes, right? The things that go unheard of. And as you touched on beautifully at the start, really just looking at the unseen, but within the unseen, finding structure, and how through dedication and to the perspective of community, we can really ground ourselves to grow and to bring out the best of ourselves in whatever space we might be in, whatever craft we may be working towards and trying to excel in, working towards our dreams and essentially wanting to perform. So for those that have made it all the way to the end, I truly value your time and I appreciate you listening to another episode. And as always, I promise that there will be many more insightful and engaging episodes. But for now, that is it. I'm your host, Michael Bromfield, and this is Ballers Brew signing